Alright, what's going on, guys? Today I'm gonna be doing another lead code question, except this one will be doing things slightly different than how I normally do them. So in most of my videos I just kind of like go over the solution, kind of like where I've already done the question before, but this time I'm actually gonna be doing a question live and just kind of walking you guys through my thought process, because I saw another video like this and I thought that it was pretty cool and a good idea, and so I wanted to do that for this video. But yes, anyways, so let's get into it. So I'll just show that I've never done this question before, never submitted it or anything like that. Yeah, so this is just a fresh question. I saw this question on leetcode's website, on the, I believe it was the blind 75, and so that's kind of how I found it. And all I've done is kind of just read the question maybe like 5 minutes ago, but I kind of read it and I thought I might have an idea on how to solve it, and so I thought maybe it'd be kind of cool to make a video of me trying to solve it. But yeah, anyways, so let's get into it. So just off the bat, the question is saying, given two strings S1 and S2, return true if S2 contains a permutation of S1, or false otherwise. In other words, return true if one of S1's permutations is the substring of S2. Okay, so basically what we need to determine is there a substring? I think basically what it's saying is there a substring in S2 which is a permutation of S1? And so I think you would be able to tell if it's a permutation if it has the same like number or letters. So for example, in this one, it's true because of the B and A is a permutation of this, because it has the same, even though they're on the same order, they're the same letters. And then in this one, even though there is a B and an A within this, they're not next to each other, so it's false. So because they're not next to each other, it's not a substring. So like the reason why that's important is because you couldn't just check and say like, okay, does like S2 have an A, does S2 have a B, and then return true. So what I think we can do, I was gonna say use a set, but I guess there might be duplicates within, so we actually can't use a set. Okay, so let me just think this through. So we could say like my map. Okay. My map, my other map. Okay, I'm just gonna start by, I'm just gonna turn both of these into hash maps. So I'll just say 4x in S2. And then maybe we'll count the occurrences. I just want to basically just be able to check like instantly if it's in there or not. So I'm just gonna say, okay, I don't think you can just say like my map at x equals, you gotta say like if x not if x is not in my map at x equals 1, else. Yeah, hopefully this video isn't too long, guys, but I think I should be able to get this. Plus equals 1. Okay, I'll probably, usually what I do is I just kind of like, yeah, I just wanted to show this just kind of straight up. Okay, so I'm gonna say if x not So I actually want this to be this one. Okay, I'm just gonna return true. So it works, and then I usually like to just kind of like print out and kind of see like where things are. So I have my map, then I print my other map. So it should just be for each letter, there should just be like a 1, and then like depending on the amount of times that the letter like shows up. So yes, okay, as you can see, A is 1 time, B is 1 time. Okay. Okay, cool. Okay. So now that we have that, I think what we can do is we can just like loop through the string. Okay, so let's do a sliding window. Okay. Because yeah, we want to keep things lookup instant. So okay, I'm gonna say L equals 0. Say R equals 0. Say well R is less than the length of S2. Okay. Then I'm gonna say if S2 at R is in no. So basically, let me just write this out. What am I trying to do here? Okay, so I want to take the string. Okay, I want to loop through each element. Okay, so I want to take E. Okay, and I want to say, is E one of these? No. Okay, so then go to I. No, it's not in S1. Okay, so I'm going to say if S2 at R is in my map. Okay, yes. Then what does that mean? That means that, so like we would be at like B, for example. That means it's a substring. So start of a substring. Substring. Okay. So if S2 at R is in my map, okay. So we then just want to make sure that the next one continues to be from here on out that they are all in there and that it's the same length. So I'm actually just going to change this for X in range of length S2. Okay, so I'm going to say, so if S2 at X is in my map, then we need to say, okay, we then need to go well, say current equals X. Say while current So we need something is the size. Okay. Length equals the length S1. Okay, I'm gonna say so while. I just want to loop through and check and make sure that the next ones are in there. Okay, I'm gonna say while current. No. Well, at current is in my map. I am then going to say no, so we just need to check that we can. No, okay, all I want to do is I just want to check that both from here on out, the next, like, so I'm here. So I just want to check that this one and the next one are in. So no, so I just want to say so how do I check that? Okay, let's just chill for a sec here. Okay. Does this even make sense? Print S2 at X. Yes, B and A. B and A. Okay. But I just want to make sure that they're next to each other. That's it. So, what do I need to do to check that they are next to each other? I'm here. So if S2 start exception, we then say current equals X. Why do we say that? I don't know. Current. Okay, well, let's just think. So, like in this case, X be equal to, if this is 0, 1, 2, this is 3. X is 3. All I want to do now is check that the length, okay, so the length of S1 equals 2. So all I want to do now is see, okay, at the current one, okay, we'll take the length minus 1, because we're already counting 1. All I want to see is the length at, well, S2 at current in my map, and the length is greater than 0. No. What if instead I said for I in range length of S1, for I in the range of length, this is 2. So this is going to iterate twice. Um, I don't know why I can't get this. So we just need to create kind of a window that then checks. So, okay. So how do we do that? So I'm then going to say while the length is greater than 0, while the length is greater than 0, if, so current is going to be equal to x, which was 3. So let's say, so current equals 3. Length is greater than 0. We're going to say if s2 at current is not in, if s2 at current is not in my map, print done for. Not valid. Okay, well, length is greater than 0. Okay, so this is not quite correct, but so, okay, so the current is going to be 3, equal to 3 here. We need to update the current. So current plus equals 1. Ooh, but what if it's the last one? That's not good. Okay, whatever. So if S2, okay, so current is going to be equal to 3. The length is going to be equal to, right now length is equal to 1. Okay, we say if S2 at 3 is not on my map, okay, decrease the length by 1. Okay, no, because we need to go twice. So increase, okay, so length is 2, 3. So it shouldn't even print the my maps anymore. But for some reason it prints B. Why? Okay, so we say not valid, not valid. Just one more time. Interesting. Okay. I would have thought that it would not print those not valids. Just print this real quick. BO. Because we're on this one. Okay, fair. So we print B. Oh, it's not in my map. Yes, print A. Okay, so what I actually want to do here is I actually want this to be a while R is less than the length of S2. How I had it. Boom. 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 R plus equals 1. Just double check. Didn't break anything. Okay, so I'm saying current equals to R. Do I even need to do that? So okay, so if we get through this, so okay, this might actually be result equals, hold on, so if it's not in, we set result equal to false, else we set result equal to true. We return the result. This returned false. Yes. So if S2 is not in the map, then so like for this one, we don't need this. Okay, so we would end up getting to B. So if S2 is in my map, No, okay, all I need to do is say, okay, did we find a value that was in S1? B, yes, okay. And then I just need to say, okay, are the next two values in S1? So that's all I gotta do. So I just gotta say, I'm gonna say result equals false. Okay. Sorry, result equals true. I'm gonna assume it's true. Length is greater than 0. Okay. All I'm gonna say, if S2 at current is not in my maps, result equals false. It is result equals true. Why doesn't that work? So we go through B. Okay. B is in S1. We enter this thing. Length is 2. Result is true. S2 at current, which is R, is not in my maps. Result equals false. So why is result being... I think it's because it's then later getting set to, okay. So I'm gonna say if so, yes, so it isn't there. Ah, I see. You actually need to remove it.